Hello student, good morning. Today we are going to read a lesson, a story about Greece and Troy. And the lesson is the Trojan horse. So let's read about the story. So what happened? Once upon a time, a war broke out between Greece and Troy. So two cities, one is Greece, another one is Troy. So between these Greece and Troy, war broke out. They fought against each other. Greeks had come back to take Helen back to their city. So what happened? Greece and Troy, they fought with each other. A war broke out because Greek had come to take back Helen. She is the beautiful wife of Greek general Menelaus. The Trojan prince of Paris had brought Helen to Troy and was not returning her. So finally the Greeks had attacked the city of Troy. The people of Troy had built a sturdy wall, very great wall. It was such a huge wall with guard towers so that the Greek soldiers could not enter into the city. They find difficulties to enter into the city. Do you know why? Because the Troy people had built a great wall, a huge wall or a sturdy wall, so that no one could enter the city once the gates of the wall were closed. And here in this also, Greeks attack Troy again and again. So they made several attempts. Again and again they attacked to break the wall or to unlock the gates, but they could not succeed. They failed. They failed again and again. Despite all their efforts, Greek had failed to enter into the city. Also, Greek soldiers were disappointed. Why we are not able to enter into the city? What is the reason? And they had at last they had almost given up their plan of attacking Troy. And also they were planning to return back to their Greece because they are failed again and again, so that they are very disappointed and they plan to return back to their city of Greece. At last Ulysses, the Greek general, who was looking thoughtfully at the Trojan wall, the city of Troy, the wall, the great wall, who was looking? Ulysses, the Greek general, who was looking thoughtfully, he was staring the wall thoughtfully. Who? The Greek general. And he thought there has to be a way to solve the problem. Is there any way to enter into the city? He said to himself, and suddenly an idea came to his mind. He summoned his soldiers. Who? Ulysses, the Greek general. He summoned his soldiers. Come. Summon means call. So he called all his soldiers and explained about the idea. He explained what was in his mind, and Ulysses' plan was executed from that very moment. On that moment, they executed their plans. And according to their plan, they made a giant wooden horse, a very big wooden horse they made or they built. The horse had wheels to make it move. Ulysses, along with his soldiers, hide inside the giant horse, the very big wooden horse. So they came inside, they hide inside the giant horse. and rest of the soldiers, they burnt all the tents and they went away to a nearby island. After that, in the next day, the people of Troy saw the Greek. Here is no Greeks. The Greeks going away. They also saw the burnt tents. Smoke is coming out from the burnt tents. They were then convinced. Who? The city of Troy. They convinced that the Greek had left the town. When they saw the giant wooden horse, they assumed it to be the statue of Greek god, and they took the horse, took it inside their city, and they started celebrate. They began to celebrate. They started to celebrate their success because the Greek had left the town. For this, they began to celebrate their success. And in the night, when all the people of Troy went up to sleep, Ulysses and his soldiers came out of the hearse. Without losing any time, they unlocked the gates for the other soldiers, who had by now returned from the island and were waiting outside the wall. The guards of Troy saw the Greeks and they allotted their army. Soon a war began, a fight began.